Hi everyone, I am back with another episode in our revenue cycle management series. In our last video, we explored claims scrubbing and submission. Today, we're going to tackle what happens after the claim is sent, how to record payments accurately, reconcile your books, and tackle claim denials before they erode your revenue.
So to really understand the power of a clean claim, we first have to talk about the real cost of a flawed one. You can think of every claim you send out as an invoice for the essential services you've provided. But when that invoice has mistakes, it doesn't just get delayed, it gets denied. And honestly, that's where the financial drain really starts to hit home. Let's start with this number, 10%. That's the average. A full 10% of all healthcare claims in the industry are denied on the very first submission. Now, that's a huge industry-wide problem, and it represents an enormous amount of revenue that just gets, well, stuck, all because of errors that are often entirely preventable. Now, here's another number for you, $25. That's the average cost to rework and resubmit just one of those denied claims. Now, I know, $25 might not sound like a fortune, but imagine multiplying that by hundreds or even thousands of denied claims over the course of a year. It adds up to a pretty significant and, frankly, an unnecessary operational expense. And this, right here, is what I think is the most shocking part of the whole denial problem. Because the administrative burden is so heavy, fewer than half of all denied claims are ever even resubmitted. This isn't just about delayed payments anymore. This is revenue that is just gone. It vanishes from your practice's bottom line for good, which directly impacts your cash flow. So the big question is, how do we stop this from happening? Well, the answer lies in being proactive, in setting up a kind of quality checkpoint that's designed to stop these errors before they can ever leave your office. And that process is called claims scrubbing. So, what is the claim scrubber exactly? Well, you can think of it as a super intelligent spell checker for your medical claims. It's a software tool, and its only job is to go through every single claim with a fine-toothed comb, looking for errors before it gets sent to the insurance company. This single step can dramatically boost what we call your clean claim rate, and that ensures you get paid correctly the first time. And the process itself is really quite simple and elegant. A claim gets created in your system, then the scrubber automatically checks it over and flags any potential issues. Your staff can then jump in and quickly correct whatever was flagged. And then finally, a clean, accurate claim gets submitted. It's a seamless part of the workflow that can save you countless hours of rework later on. So you might be wondering, what exactly are these scrubbers looking for? Well, they're programmed to find the most common and often the most costly little mistakes that typically lead to denials. Let's dig into the specifics of how it works. A good scrubber basically acts like a digital billing expert on your team. So, for example, instead of a person having to manually check for a prior authorization, the software can automatically flag it based on its built-in knowledge of payer rules. It uses powerful code verification engines to catch mismatches, and it can even do real-time eligibility checks to confirm a service is covered in the first place. It automates all the tedious, error-prone parts of quality control. Okay, so when you put all of this together, what you find is that claim scrubbing completely transforms the entire journey of a claim. It turns a process that's often filled with frustrating delays and rejections into a much smoother and much faster path from providing a service to getting paid for it. This timeline really shows the ideal flow. The patient visit is documented, and then, here's the crucial step. The claim gets scrubbed. Because that step happens, when the claim is finally sent off to the payer, it just sails right through the review process without any issues. And the result? You receive your payment promptly, which shortens the entire revenue cycle. All right, this all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually make it a reality in your own practice? The good news is, implementing a claim scrubbing process is a very manageable project. Let's just walk through a really simple action plan to get you started. First things first, you choose the right solution for your practice. Then, you've got to set some clear benchmarks. Start tracking your denial rate or your days in accounts receivable. Next comes the implementation, getting the software configured and making sure your team is trained. From there, it's all about monitoring your results and, of course, staying on top of the ever-changing rules from payers. It's a continuous cycle of improvement. And if you need just one more reason why this is so important, I think this quote really says it all. The difference between a clean claim and a denied one, it isn't just about the rework costs. It's the difference between getting paid in a few weeks versus potentially waiting months. That right there is the true power of having a clean claims process. Claim scrubbing and submission may not be glamorous, but it's one of the biggest levers to improve your cash flow and reduce administrative headaches. By investing in tools and processes that catch errors early, you can shorten the revenue cycle and focus on patient care. In our next video, we'll explore what happens after the claim is submitted, payment posting, reconciliation, and how to handle denials when they occur. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share your questions below.